Must be nice. Must be nice.
We're joined now by Cal State Fullerton coach Dedrique Taylor and student athletes Damari Milstead and E.J. Anosike. We will start with an opening statement from coach and then take questions.
What an unbelievable feeling to be sitting here hoisting that championship, but more important, to be sitting here next to these two guys. It's hard to describe how hard they played Thursday and how hard they played Friday and how hard they had to play tonight to be able to sit here. Obviously, you tip your hat to Long Beach State and Coach Munson. They are a heck of a team, and they gave us everything that we could handle. We just battled. Two teams out there just battled, making shots. But I think the guy to my left was on a mission. He was on a mission, and I will say this in front of him. In him, we trust. In him, we trust.
Questions on the floor?
Yeah, a question for Damari. I think yesterday you mentioned that your team could play in different styles. It turned into a track meet today. How was the pace out there for this final?
It picked up in the second half. At one point in time, it was just maze shot after maze shot after maze shot. But credit to Long Beach, their style of play is very fast, up tempo. But we matched them. We was just as aggressive as them, and we ended up getting the win.
Coach, just from being picked in near the bottom of the preseason poll to being at where you're at now, can you just describe the season and just what this team accomplished this year amidst expectations?
Yeah, again, I mean, I said it when we went to the tournament 2 or 3 years ago. It's a sense of validation. It just shows how much the people that picked us 7th and 8th, they know. That's on them.
Blame the committee.
That's on them. I think they picked us and Long Beach down near the bottom. And I think the two teams that played tonight were super dominant in the conference. And it just, again, good thing that those standings don't matter now. We use that as motivation, and I'm sure Long Beach State used it as motivation to prove to ourselves, not to anybody else, to prove to ourselves how talented we were or we are, and how good we can become if we can get that talent to work together. And tonight it did.
E.J., take me back to that monster putback dunk you had over Slater. What were you thinking in that moment, and how did it kind of develop?
At that moment, I was trying to win. Compete and put them on a team. Listen, things like that just happen. But now that I got to obviously speak, I got to say what I got to say. I think after today, there should be no doubt that we're the best team in the conference. I felt disrespected coming into this tournament because the committee said I wasn't a good player. They decided that I wasn't the player of the year, so I took that personally. Now, like Michael Jordan said, I took that personal. Now, I think after today, there should be no doubt who the best team in the conference is, who the best player in the conference is. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Now, thanks for having me up here. I love it.
This question for Damari. Damari, you've been in this position before, but on the other side.
Don't remind me.
And playing in the WAC tournament final when you're at Grand Canyon, and just from being on the losing side to being where you are now, where you get to cut the nets on the third time's a charm, I guess, is for you. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. As you noticed, I've lost in this game 2 times. I lost in the state championship of high school 2 times. So coming in, I never won the big one. This is. I'm so happy to win this game, and I'm so happy to win it with this group.
And then Damari, just on the follow-up on that question, this year you kind of came in with a heavy burden with Oscar, and I just kind of felt just watching you two at Grand Canyon together, it just felt like when you're making those threes, there was like an angel over your head. Did you kind of just feel that this season, seeing Oscar make the NCAA tournament last year, and now you're doing it this year, and you get to still carry the spirit?
One question: are you a Grand Canyon reporter or something? Oscar made it last year. Credit to him. I wanted to win it, make my tournament appearance. Me and Oscar was very close friends. There was no question about that. We grew up together. We went to high school together. We played our first 3 years of college together, and he had a sudden tragedy. So the least thing I could do for him is make the tournament. I know he's looking down on me, and I know he's incredibly proud.
E.J., probably another upper chance for you to kind of talk your talk, but winning that MVP title there for the tournament, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Now I'm just very grateful to be here. If you know my story, and you know the journey I had. This just everything's coming full circle. And I'm very thankful to God that He gave me the opportunity to compete out there and win the game tonight. We won a championship, and you know, I don't win this award without my teammates. Like Torrey San Antonio, now I'm gonna talk about him. He should have been Defensive Player of the Year. He guards 40 minutes, the best player on the other team. He only took 1 shot, 2 shots. He never complains. He's the best teammate. Like, and that is this award that I got. I don't get it without my teammate. I don't get it without him stepping up. I don't get it without Torrey locking up, Trey being a spark on the bench, Vince rebounding, battling. Like, but this all sums up. It's a team thing. Like, they put me in position to get this, and I'm very thankful that they trust me as a leader, because that's all it comes down to: leading us and getting it done. And shout out to Coach for getting me out here, man. I love the weather, and I'm excited to go dance.
Okay, let's take a couple questions on Zoom, please. Navte, you can go ahead first.
My name is Nav Shoshando. I'm with the Daily Titan. I had a question for Coach Taylor. Coach Taylor, you became the first coach in the program's history to make the NCAA tournament twice. Your reaction to now being a part of history? The school.
Man, you guys always stump me with these questions from an emotional standpoint. Before we came over here, I watched Coach Danny Sprinkle take his team to the NCAA tournament, and they had a dominant performance in that. And credit to him, credit to Coach John Smith. But there's one guy I think deserves a lot of credit. He's been here from day one. His name is Anthony Santos, and this championship is for him. What he's done and the issues and things that he's dealt with and making us get to this point and recruiting these guys. He's worn every hat in our program. And so it does say a lot about our staff. It says a lot about the guys that are responsible for the behind the scenes work. Chris Walker and we have a brand new staff this year, all the way down to our ops guy, Brandon Dunson, Gus Argino. Those guys are moved on, but they all are a part of what we did here. And this trophy is indicative of the legacy that this group will leave.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Anthony, go ahead.
Hi, Anthony Bautista with the Daily Titan. My question is for the players. You two had very similar paths, stops at 2 previous schools before Fullerton. What does tonight mean for you guys, and how much of an impact does it have on your whole journey to this point?
Everything is a journey. As I would be considered a journeyman in this college basketball game, but I'm just so appreciative. One thing I do have to say is we need to give Dedrique Taylor his flowers. I mean, he's made the championship in 3 out of 4 years we've had it, and he's won 2 of them. I mean, I don't know a lot of mid-major coaches, especially in this league, has done it. He's, in the past 4 to 5 years, he's been dominant in this league, and I'm just so grateful to play for him, and he made me not only a better player, but a better man.
Man, that's a fact. I got to say the same thing, man. There's no better way to end it, We both fifth-year guys. We leaving out here with a ring. At the end of the day, the ball's going to start bouncing, and then we became men this year. Like, we matured, we grew up, and, this is something they're going to carry with us to our children. And, the legacy, Coach always talks about legacy. Like, as long as Cal State Fullerton is open, they're going to talk about this championship team. And this is what we just play for, just seeing a camaraderie. It's surreal, but it's like, for me, and D, it's kind of sad. Like, this is our last go-around. Like, this is our last dance. Those other guys we got on the team, we got sophomores, we got juniors. They got a championship early. Now they got 3 more years to compete and get another one. We unfortunately don't got the opportunity, but we're very appreciative that we got one before our time was up. And I just want to thank God, give coaches flowers, and it just took a village. It just took everybody buying in and do what we got to do.
We'll take one last question here in the room.
Can you guys just go through that 17-2 run in the first half, and just you guys were down 14 early. What was the mindset of you guys just getting back into the game at that point?
I just felt like we needed to settle in. Credit to Long Beach. They had an amazing first punch, and they really bothered us with their press, but we just needed to settle in, and we did that. We settled in, and we got stops. This game is a game of stops. And when everybody think about runs, they think about the offense, the 17 points, but really it's the 2 points we gave up. We got stops, and we chipped away at the lead.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
No, that's it. I'm
Thank
done.
you, guys.
Congratulations.